What's up, everybody? It's Mandomilli from Tattooshop, and today I'm tattooing a snake with a dagger on my boy. Say what's up to the camera, bro.
What's up, y'all?
Today we're going just to do more of like a simple American traditional style. Today I'm gonna be using a 9-round liner. Usually I use like a regular 9-round liner, but this one's tight. It's all I have, so we're gonna use this one, and a 27 curve mag for the shading. And then for the color, we'll probably use an 11 curve mag or something like that. But until we get there, I'm gonna show you guys these ones for now. So first thing, I'm gonna start off with the 9-round liner. Go ahead and pop this in. We're just gonna go ahead and get started just like this. Get a little bit of this El Sellador. Right now, my only thing I'm using right now is just the black, because I'm gonna use the black for the shading and for the lining. So I'm gonna do that first, and I'm just gonna use solid black. So I only have black in there for now. 9-round liner. It's your therapy?
Yeah, bro.
Nice and firm. Nice and smooth. Maintaining the same depth throughout the whole thing. You guys can see what I just did there. Now I'm gonna move over here to these two. I think these are like little just blood drops or some type of drops. So we'll probably end up making these ones red. That's what we did on the other side, right?
Yes, sir.
So, kind of just go, try to make it as smooth as we can. Also, if you guys are like new to tattooing, it's hard for you guys to do one full straight line and curve it back. You guys can do some of these where you guys go and then stop, and then you come back a little bit behind where you started. Don't go right exactly on this part, just a little bit behind. Come back in, and it looks real smooth, like you never lifted up the machine at all. Now we're gonna move our way on to these straight lines, these super long straight lines, okay? And to do these, pretty much we're just gonna stretch out the skin. You see how it kind of curves now since I stretched it? As long as you tattoo the line, no matter even if it's like stretched like this bad, or you know, you can stretch it straight or whatever you want to do, as long as you hit the line, then the line, when you let it go back to original form. And I'm still using a 9-round liner with solid black. The needles that I use are low profile needles from Element Tattoo Supply. They're called Eddie Tana low profile needles, and right now I'm using a 9-round liner tight, which is okay. I kind of just work my way up. I'll do some like stuff here, kind of come up, work my way this way. Just make sure you get every single line, and make sure when you're doing these lines, you're taking your time and you're doing each line and you're focusing on each one individually. Don't try to jump the gun and start doing other things. Kind of just like stay in one spot and just, you know, work it up. Work up the whole thing, because you're gonna have to do it either way. So don't like do some of these right here and then just like instantly jump over here and start doing some teeth. Just keep going where you're starting. I recommend don't jumping around, just so that, you know, your stencil doesn't wipe off, and also this way makes the tattoo go by a little bit quicker if you just start somewhere and finish it and keep moving forward. All right, so now that I got all my blacks down, I'm gonna come over here and grab this 27 curve mag, and I'm going to start doing all of the shading part, the actual shading part of it. So I'm gonna come in here. I'm probably gonna start off this little spot down here, and I'm gonna work my way up off of this little part. Here, so you guys can see, working my way, coming upwards, using this curve mag, using it sideways to get into the little cracks and the little crevices. And then as I'm coming up, I'm kind of exposing the mag more and more to give it more of like a, to make it more fuller. I can use this mag to to do some flat blacks, nice smooth shading, pretty much anything. So kind of manipulate it to make it take up more area as I'm blacking it out. Kind of use it more flat and more flat as I'm going up this dagger, giving it a little bit more room to move around. So kind of like this. Now we got the tip of the dagger finished. Nice, fully blacked out. Good contrast. I mean, good, what is it called? What do you call this? Good packing. Nice and packed. Try not to go over it too many times when you're packing anything black, red, yellow, any colors. Just try to get it in and get it out as soon as you can. Don't try to let it sit in there and start tearing up the skin. So something like that. Now we're doing more of the big blacked out areas. We'll do it kind of right before we start shading. Let's get all these big parts out the way. Something like this. It's all black right here. So we'll kind of come in here with the all black. As you guys can see, I'm switching up my hand placement. Right here, I'm going up and down to hit this bottom line, coming up. And then from the top, I'm switching up to come up here, and I'm hitting this top line coming down. So I can get into each corner, make it nice and all the way up to the line, so there's no spaces in between that need to be touched or nothing like that. It's just all hit, all, you know, with a pretty fast like time too. It's not like I'm getting in there like going all slow, all, you know. Just when you use your hand placement and you're, you know, adjusting, manipulating your hand and your machine and your needle, then you'll be able to get into these tight spots no problem, and you won't have to do too much. Switch your needle, you know, stand up, nothing like that. Just by moving your machine and your hand placement, you guys can do a lot of crazy things. A lot of people think that when they're tattooing, they have to be like this the whole time for the whole tat, pulling down, pulling sideways, doing this. But for me, I like to pull my lines to me. So if I'm pulling this one right here, how am I gonna pull this side one that's going sideways? So I'll turn my whole body and then pull it again. Pull, 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 pull. Now I'm coming up in here in these, and I'm pulling this way. Coming over here, pulling down. So I just pull all the lines. It makes it more crispy for me personally, and that's what I do. I don't know if everybody else pulls all their lines. You know, I can do sideways lines and do all of that cool stuff now, but when I was first starting off, man, I wish somebody just told me just keep pulling, just pull everything, because it's always the cleanest way to go. Nobody ever told me, so I never did it because I didn't know. Now coming in here to shade, this is the part that probably everybody wants to see. So I'm gonna put my liner, my curve mac flat on this line. You guys can kind of see I'm hitting it right now, but I'm hitting it right on the line. So stick it in there, kind of do a little whip motion coming outwards. I'm not gonna stay in one spot for too long. I'm gonna kind of just whip it and come down as I'm doing it. Now you guys can see I have a little bit of glaze in there, a little bit of shade.
Can you see it on there?
Probably. I'm pretty sure. And then now I want more of it, so I'm gonna come back in and hit it again just to make it more darker. Kind of like that, just like that. Don't want to do too much with this type of shading. Then we're gonna kind of, there's some right here in the mouth, so we're gonna come off of these teeth and shade upwards to give it a nice shaded effect. Kind of come off the back of this You do everything light. Everything light, you can always go darker. So don't try to just go crazy and just make it all black or go dark the first, initial time you start shading, because then you're gonna deal with something that's too black and you're not gonna be able to bounce back from. So always do lightly, and build up from the lights. Don't try to get ahead of yourself and be like, oh, I'm just black this whole shit. Like, no, just take your time. Do what's right and do it right. Just like that. How I got some nice shading in there. You guys can see the nice smooth shading coming off the very end of this right here. How you doing that?
Trying to test the stability.
And then
wait, let them know you're using black still, baby.
Huh?
Let them know you're still using.
Oh yeah,
black.
right now I'm still using black, flat black.
Full black, flat.
So I haven't really showed them on the thing. I haven't switched up. I haven't put in water in my ink, nothing. Haven't diluted anything. So also this type of shading is more of like a black faded type of shading. So that's why it's gonna look like this. And it's real simple shading. This is the first type of shading that everybody learns. So it's real easy and it'll last for a very long time. If you learn the right way. The steps that you take to get better at tattooing.
Yeah.
It's really important. It's your foundation of, let's just say you're gonna make a career out of it. It's your foundation of your career. So if you want your career to be amazing and you want to thrive in the tattoo world, then then it is really important. But if you're just doing it for fun, you don't really care about it, you're going to school for it to be something else, and you're just doing it for fun, just having a good time, getting drunk, messing up your homies, then obviously it's not that important and it's not that serious. So just have fun. But if you're trying to make it into like a career type thing, then take it real seriously, because anybody can learn anything, but only a few get great. Only a few get great.
Do you recommend apprenticeship? Tattoo?
Low key, I do, especially if you have somebody to actually teach you. I say do it, man, because people pay for apprenticeships, and apprentices don't get money. They have to pay people to learn. It's like a job. You pay. It's like schooling basically. Apprenticeship is like basically tattoo school. You have somebody that teaches you how to tattoo. You basically go there and they're your teacher, mentor, or you're their apprentice. So they already know what to do, and you're learning from them. So you have to basically listen to everything they say. What was the question?
Do you recommend it?
Oh, I do recommend it, especially if you're young, you want to learn, and you want to learn like quicker than the average person, because you can tattoo alone. Yes, you can, and you can learn by yourself. Because I did it myself. I was never an apprentice, and I never did anything like that. So I know that it's possible, but it took me like a super long time to, get any good. And once I did get good, it was more fun to tattoo. Yes, we're still using the flat black, and yes, we're still using the 27 curve knife. Using caramel for all of these yellow parts on here, and then we're going to be using the red that I have, which is this. Make it nice and red, making sure that we get nice, clean on the lines, and come up all the way into the black. This is how you get the nice fade. Any openings that are in this black at all will get the red, and it will make this really nice faded red, like where it fades from black to red. So we just did the same thing to all 6 of these drips.
What are you using for that?
13 curve mag. I'm using a 13 karat mag, and yeah, just some external ink, lipstick red ink. So on the back of his snake, we have a little bit of red in there, and the top of the head of the snake has some red in it too. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that same way, nice packed in, nice and touching all the lines. You don't want to have no white or skin showing. You want it just to be all nice and red, just like that. Then we're gonna go ahead and they got some off the nose right here on this picture, so we're gonna go ahead and add that too from the reference, just to give it some more red in all the areas instead of just a couple of the areas. Have some red kind of fading downwards like this. No, we can put a little bit right here coming down, just like that. Nice little bit of red in there. Now we have some red on this dagger that we'll go ahead and just smash on in there. You kind of want to do the darker colors first, because if I did yellow first and then I started doing this red and I wiped it and the red went into the orange, or into the yellow part, it'll kind of make it into like maybe a little orange color, or just make the yellow in like a weird color that it's not supposed to be. Like if it had yellow here and then I wiped it like that and it got in there at all, you know, it would just make it a hassle. So you kind of start off with all the darks first, work your way down the line. So, you know, if yellow got on this, it wouldn't really matter too much compared to vice versa. So we kind of got the drips going. Now we got to finish these drips right here with the red. We got to figure that out. Well, the camera keeps getting too hot, so we're going to figure that out. But you guys pretty much get the point of this, what I'm trying to explain to you guys. So right now, I'm just going to go ahead and finish up this tattoo and start doing the caramel. So look, this is what I do most of the time. I'm using this red. I'm going to go ahead and clean it off. If you just go like this a couple times with some water, you know, kind of come over the top, it kind of cleans out all the red in there. And if it doesn't come out all the way, you can go ahead and go like this.